Over 500,000 people are on their feet. We've shown you how these 5 have earned their way into the final, and we are moments away from the start of the 69th Spirit of Detroit Regatta. Talk to a driver, they'll tell you this is the one they want to win. Hello again, I'm Ed Dubrow along with Lee Shaneth and Tom Deeth. Now let's take another look at the final 5. Steve Reynolds, driving a turbine, qualified at 138 miles an hour. He won the World Championship last year. He's from Kirkland, Washington. Steve won 2 heats today. He was a helicopter pilot in Vietnam. Another Vietnam veteran, Jerry Hopp from Snohomish, Washington. Jerry and Bill McFadden are co-owners. Hopp's 17-year-old son, Greg, works on the crew and is a 2.5-liter champ. This is Jerry's second trip to Detroit. Defending race champion, the 84 national champion, Jim Kropfeld. Jim has rewritten the record book, winning 11 out of his first 23 races. He's won so many you think he's been around forever, but this is just his 4th year in the Unlimiteds. The owner is Bernie Little, a driving force in Unlimited racing. His 23rd year, he holds the record for the most wins. Chip Hanauer won the national championship in 82 and 83, 3 straight Gold Cups. He's won this race 2 of the last 3 years. One way or the other, he's kept everyone on their feet all day. And this is Scott Pierce. He won his first Unlimited race this year. He's won many championships in the lower classes. He was the co-rookie of the year in 81, driving for this same team. He's been in and out of the Unlimited since, and the word is if it will run the 12.5 miles, Scott will be competitive and will push it to the limit. 20,000 horses heading for the line. 500,000 people on their feet. It's 5 laps around this 2.5-mile course. 2 turbines, 3 piston-driven engines. You can feel the excitement, the vibrations even up here as they thunder by. Steve Reynolds hits the line right on the money. He's on the outside, and next to him is Chip Hanauer. Jim Kropfeld is on the inside. Right in his wake is Scott Pierce. Then it's Jerry Hopp, who got to the line a little late. Reynolds and Hanauer deck to deck as they move to the Belle Isle turn. Chip on the inside moves out to a slight lead. Now he starts to pour it on. Right in his wake is Steve Reynolds. Jim Kropfeld, the defending champ, is in trouble. He's pulling it to the inside. The crowd is going crazy as Hanauer flies down that back stretch. Remember, he turned laps at over 130 miles an hour in the qualifying heat he had to win, and he's hanging it right on the edge.
He is just driving beautiful. The boat is just sitting there, just touching the water. The bubble air under the boat's keeping it up, and the sponsons keep it stable. Coming down that back stretch, he looked just beautiful. I noticed going through that first turn, Chip gave a lot of room for the inside boat and the outside boat.
There you can see Jim Kropfeld waving to the patrol boats that he's okay, he's broke down, and he's off the race course.
Scott Pierce moving through the Rooster Tail turn. He's followed by Jerry Hopp, both of them fighting it out for 3rd and 4th and keeping the turbines in sight. Lap 1 is in the record books, and it's Chip Hanauer in the Miller American, the leader, followed by Steve Reynolds. Hanauer is out in front, but at these speeds, even Hopp in 4th is not that far back. Average speed just under 128 miles an hour.
That's exceptionally fast for the Detroit River course here. It has the ground swells down by the Whittier, and it always is kind of choppy down by the Belle Isle Bridge. So for running that fast, that's great speed on this race course.
Chip replaced Bill Muncy in 82 and won the Gold Cup here in that year. And there's a great shot of Steve Reynolds in 2nd place. Hanauer has the lead and driving like a man possessed.
Well, I'll tell you, he had everything going wrong all day long. Now all of a sudden everything's going right. Not starting that first heat, then winning the 2nd heat. American Speed Printing not starting, putting him in the final, and right now he's out in front, and he's going to be tough to catch.
That was Scott Pierce in the blue and white Executone trying to close the gap on Reynolds, who's in 2nd place. And there's your leader, Chip Hanauer, a graduate of Washington State. He taught disadvantaged children, and he's been racing since the age of 10.
Chip is rounding the Belle Isle turn there, heading down the backstretch. You can see his 2nd lap average is 126.493, almost 127 miles an hour. That boat is just riding beautifully, and Steve Reynolds is in hot pursuit in 2nd place.
Well, I'll tell you, there's no way that Steve Reynolds or anybody else will catch Chip. That boat is just running perfectly. We talked earlier about the bubble of air on the boat. I think when you watch that boat, it really shows how it rides on a cushion of air.
I have to think back to last year. The turbines got all the headlines, but neither of them got started in the final. But right now, running 1 and 2, it looks like the jet age has truly come to Unlimited racing.
Well, it's coming. There's no doubt about it. Years ago, when we started with these big aircraft engines, we had all kinds of problems. Turbines, this is about their 2nd year of really trying, and I think this shows that turbines will work and will make these boats run fast.
Turbines have been around for some time. I televised the first victory by a turbine in '82 in Syracuse. They've been tried many times before. Let's remind the viewers it's jet power, but it has to be a propeller-driven boat. Hanauer continues to look great. He's about to lap the fourth-place Hydro of Jerry Hopp. Average speed still a record-setting 123.762, and he is cooking.
He's still running very fast. The thing about these turbines, you've got to keep them up and you've got to keep them running. He has slowed down somewhat to conserve his equipment, but he still has to run about these speeds to make everything work right.
From here, it looks like a fast but rough ride.
Well, it's not really that bad. In fact, if you saw him come through the Rooster Tail corner there, the boat was hanging on the fin real good. The spray of water coming off that left sponson, there's a gigantic skid fin. There you see Steve Reynolds' boat doing the same thing. It's holding in the corner real good, and it's coming around there, heading for the start-finish line.
That's Jerry Hopp. He's running one lap down. Scott Pierce pushing his Rolls-Royce Merlin engines to the limit, hoping for a break. Chip Hanauer has built the lead to 1 mile over Steve Reynolds. Both are traveling faster than the length of a football field per second. Hanauer is about to make it 3 wins out of 4 years. In the 69-year history of this race, few have done it. And framed in the checkered flag, about to get his 14th career win, is Chip Hanauer, and he has done it. As you can tell, a popular victory. And Scott Pierce just lost an engine. He won't finish. Second place goes to Steve Reynolds. The turbines finish 1-2. Jerry Hopp will get third place. Chip Hanauer didn't just win it. He did it in the record time of over 122 miles an hour. Here in Detroit, they're still buzzing from that record-breaking run. Let's go to the trophy presentation and our winner, Chip Hanauer.
Well, I can't tell you what it means to win again in Detroit. This is where it all started. This is the history of boat racing.
Thanks, Chip, and congratulations once again. The Spirit of Detroit Regatta was brought to you by the new Walker Advantage muffler. It puts rust at a disadvantage. And by Quaker State. The big Q stands for quality, always has, always will. And by Buick and your Buick dealer. Wouldn't you really rather have a Buick? Our special thanks to the Spirit of Detroit Committee and their chairman, Ray Bocelli, for their outstanding cooperation, and I must add, a job well done. To Commissioner Don Jones of the URC and his assistant, Scott Smith, another great event, and we thank you. Hotel accommodations were provided by the Hotel Pontchartrain in exchange for this announcement. The Hotel Pontchartrain, a luxury hotel in downtown Detroit. It's been an action-packed, exciting day. It's been what we've come to expect when the Unlimiteds race on the Detroit River. But best of all, it's been a safe day. For my colleagues Tom Deeth and Lee Shaneth, I'm Ed Dubrow. Thank you for joining us on the Detroit River.